whistle all the while. If that's what it takes to make me smile, I'm gonna walk 100 miles.
Hi, you guys. It's Marley. How are you? As those of you who have seen my videos before, I have a celebrity-based catering and event planning company in Los Angeles called The Party Goddess. And I got into business because I love planning events and have had the best time planning events for celebrities all over the place. And we do parties all over the world. But like so many of you, I was not really making that much money at my business. And I didn't figure that out until my dad one day said to me, "But are you making any money?" And I thought to myself, did I really know the answer to that? Did I really know if I was making any money in my small business that I wanted to be bigger? So in today's video, we are going to talk about, I'm going to give you my little secret for the 9 simple words that will get you out of any mental tailspin because so much of the business game is mental, right? It's knowing where to focus and where to be productive and profitable and how to get over the stuff that's going on in your head and that the demons saying, "Can you do it?" and "Are you sure?" And why is that going to be important? Because if you can get rid of those mental demons and really focus on the key pieces in your business that matter, you will actually have fun in your business. And sometimes you're having fun, but I don't know. A lot of times in the past, I was not having fun and I just was like doing it over and over and I just didn't know what else to do. So we are going to talk about those 9 simple words and hopefully I can help you get out of any mental tailspin if you are struggling. Now, you guys know the drill. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel so that we can grow it and keep delivering great free stuff like this. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure to ring the bell so it will notify you about when the next video comes out as a subscriber. And you want to make sure to stay to the end because we are going to give you a great free resource to help you with your productivity and kind of take things to the next level. So, without further ado, let's jump in. So the 9 simple words to get you out of any mental tailspin. So I like to, or actually I don't like to at all, but I do because I found that it's beneficial, like to tell you what happens in my business and where I struggle and when I have victories, but mostly I find that if I tell you how to fix something in your business, first of all, that makes me feel really good, and usually you guys are really grateful. So one of the things that has held me back, probably more than anything else, is, and I hate to say this, but it's true, is how hard I am on myself. And I am always like, oh, I should have made more money, or oh, I should have been able to get that client, or I get on Facebook and then I say to myself, gosh, why did she get that client? I didn't get that client. And so much of it is just these mental games and how hard we are on ourselves. And I have a whole video on overwhelm, my gosh, where I talk about how I got sick and literally got last rites and everything else. And it almost killed me because I just worked myself into the ground. And it was because I didn't have my head straight. And so if you are struggling with a problem in your business, or you are doubting yourself, or you're wondering like, am I the only one that can't figure this out or that struggles with a certain problem, I am here to tell you, no, you are not. And I don't care what anybody else tells you. You're not the only one that doubts themselves or wonders if they can do it or wonders if they have what it takes, okay? And so one concept that I want to tell you about is how, and this is going to relate to those 9 words, is to remind you, and put in the comment section, by the way, if you disagree with me or if you can come up with an example that is contrary to this. But at the end of the day, anybody who's super successful, like you take a sports figure, right? They all have coaches. And so if you take an Olympian, have we ever seen an Olympian who didn't have a coach? No. Have you ever seen a basketball team that made it to the All-Stars and didn't have an amazing coach? No. Have you ever seen, I don't know, a kid get through school without an amazing teacher or without parents to coach them through the tough times? No. And so many times, and I'm not sure exactly where this comes from, and maybe it's because there's so much stuff out there on the internet and so many things like, oh, you just have to do this and it's so simple and you'll make millions of dollars. And it really isn't. And it takes a lot of hard work. But I think sometimes people don't realize that you have to have somebody else help you. And so I now obviously have this channel, The Profit Goddess, and theprofitgoddess.com, and I coach people, and I have products, and one of them is called Your Biggest Business Problem Solved. And I go into a lot of depth about how to specifically solve whatever is plaguing you. But at the end of the day, I want you to realize that no matter how smart somebody is, they can't do it themselves. And so those 9 words that will get you out of the tailspin all relate to the fact that you can't go it alone, okay? You always have to be working on your business and not just in it. You cannot just, whatever it is, it doesn't matter if you're a mechanic who's fixing cars, it doesn't matter if you have an Etsy shop and you are making jewelry, it doesn't matter if you are a graphic designer. You can't just be servicing your clients all the time. You have to take time out to really work on your business. And there are all kinds of data about how important this is and many people that have written about it. But it's a very important thing to keep in mind. And if you don't spend that time to work on your business instead of just in it, I look at it, it's like the goose that lays the golden eggs. If you don't take care of that goose that lays the golden eggs and you're just like, lay eggs, lay eggs, lay eggs, what happens? The goose eventually will stop laying eggs, just like in that fairy tale. You have to make sure that you really are not only working on your business and that you're focused on the key pieces that are going to make it profitable, because profitability is what's going to keep you in business and let you share your light and your amazingness with the rest of the world, which you can't do if you're not pricing and your company isn't profitable. But you got to remember that you can't go it alone, okay? And so when times get tough, we look to books, we look to YouTube, we get on things late at night and we're like, oh my gosh, I got to Google and solve this problem. So if you've done that and you've landed yourself here, I'm going to reveal the 9 simple words. And those 9 words are, you can't read the label from inside the jar. And it's so simple, but I want you to really keep that in mind when you're having a tough day. And you've got to realize that it's the same thing of when one of your friends is dating somebody or married to somebody, that here's the jar and they're in it and the label's right here and you can read it and that label says, orange juice or something. And it's so obvious to you, right? But the person who's in it can't read it. And I want you to keep that in mind, that none of us can. We all need coaches and we all need support systems. And I can't even tell you, I'm fascinated with the topic of happiness. And I'm also fascinated, obviously, with the topic of productivity and pricing and how it all relates. And the one thing, do you know the one thing that's universal among every culture? It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter clothes, jets, none of that matters. But they have done study after study that the one thing that is the difference that everybody has to have to be happy is this support system of these key people in their lives. And so I really encourage you to create that support system, to realize that you can't read the label from inside the jar. Nobody can. I don't care how, even if they appear to be really good and you're like, well, they don't have a coach. Well, they don't ever. Well, first of all, maybe they're not telling you, because I have seen that so many times where people will be like, well, I don't want people to know that I have a coach, or I don't want people to, because then they're going to be able to fix their stuff too. Okay, well, that's kind of short-sighted, but the point is to be really good, and even if somebody appears to be really good, they would be a lot better if they had somebody saying, hey, doesn't matter if they're an ice skater, do this, or focus on this, or with your golf swing. Like lately, a year ago, I took up golf, and I have a golf coach who's very tough on me, but she points out things that I need to work on. And your business is no different. And so get that feedback and get that outside perspective and get that support, because not only will it help you when you're really having a bad day with your business, but it will definitely make you happier. And at the end of the day, yes, we want productive and profitable businesses, but we want to be happy. But the thing is that I don't know who's happy if they are not making money and all they're doing is spinning their wheels. So hopefully this video helps you and gives you a little bit of perspective that we're all in the same boat and we've got to help each other. And, oh, I promised you if you stay to the end, I would give you something free. And that is, I want you to text quiz to the number below in the show notes. And it's super cool, actually. You text quiz to that number and you will get a link to take our free productivity quiz. And you'll find out just how productive you are. And most importantly, what you're going to get is a great email about how you can improve your productivity, which ultimately will help you make more money in your business, which we all want, right? So text quiz, and that's in the show notes. And let us know, comment, like, subscribe. But tell us your thoughts. Okay, have a good one. Till next time.
I'm gonna whistle all the while, if that's what it takes to make me smile.